talk to you about today is a common issue that affects a lot of organisations, and that's around the quality of leadership meetings. Most organisations we work with will hear things like, oh, we have way too many meetings around here, right? It's a common challenge. And what I'm going to speak about today is how do you kill a leadership meeting, or in fact, how do you kill any meeting before that meeting has even started? We're going to run through 5 basics. The first of those, and still something that's very common in a lot of places, is there's no purpose or agenda to the meeting. Right, so this is where a person is sending out a meeting request or trying to bring a group of really important people together, but haven't actually framed that meeting around why are we coming together, what do we need to achieve from the conversation, what's the background and the key issues that we need to work through. Meaning we're sending an invitation out to people without giving them a really compelling reason to become part of it. That's the first thing that's going to kill a meeting and set it up for failure before it even starts. The next is people accept those meetings without even actually knowing what the meeting's about. So yes, a person may not have sent a really clear purpose and agenda, but think about what a meeting request is. It's an invitation, right? So look up the definition of the word invitation, a request for your time, okay? And you've got 3 options. If you push accept, you are making a decision to commit your time to that person. So that's the thing that you've got to own. Now, if it's not really clear why they want you there, then have a conversation, push back, maybe do a phone call to check in, ask them what it's about, what role they want you to play, but you do that before you accept, because when you accept, you have committed. Third is leaders who actually allow for back-to-back meetings to go into their calendar. The only way a back-to-back meeting can ever work, respectfully, is if you're having 2 meetings in the same location with the same people. Otherwise, at the very least, you've got to get to a different location for a meeting, or you've got to leave the room and get on the phone if it's a teleconference. If we've got back-to-back meetings and you're part of back-to-back meetings, it means you have undercommitted to one person and you've overcommitted to somebody else. If you actually put that into somebody's diary or expect them to do that without allowing 5 minutes either side, you are asking them to undercommit to you or overcommit to somebody else. Right? We're grown-ups, we're senior leaders, all right? Allow some time either side of a meeting before you accept and therefore commit. Next is we think about the meeting when we arrive at the meeting, meaning we haven't done any thinking before we go into it. This is going to be a real issue if there's been an agenda and there's some pre-work and some thought starters, things we need to have considered before we get there. Sometimes, yes, there are going to be meetings where it's okay. We turn up and we're going to do a brainstorming session in the meeting, or a person's going to table a confidential issue and that's the first time we hear about it. And maybe that's the purpose of the meeting. Okay, but that's more of an exception. Right? Generally speaking, to get the best out of that time together, we need people to have done some thinking and some pre-work before the meeting. So make sure that you've done that before you arrive. And the 5th one, okay, got to be really tough here, phones. Having our mobile devices kind of on the table. Yes, we might have them with us, but on the table I mean in a way where it could interrupt us, where the phone could go off and a person takes a call, or they pick up their phone, they're checking their emails, they're looking at SMSs. Okay, if you do that, you're actually sending a message to other people in the room that I'm no longer engaged in this conversation. And I'm definitely sending a message to a person who might have been speaking that I'm no longer listening to you. Right? Unless it's an absolute crisis that you framed up at the very beginning to say, hey, yeah, is it all right? There's this urgent call coming through. This is the only time a person can do it, and you framed that up and said that to everybody at the very beginning, right? You've got some bigger issues in your business if you can't take an hour, 2 hours, even 4 hours as senior leaders, where other people in the organisation can deal with those issues. Right? These are the things before we get to a meeting that's going to give our meeting the best chance of succeeding or failing. Right? You've taken the money, you've taken the title. The question is, have you taken the responsibility as a leader for the things that are going to get the best out of our leader conversations? Hope this has been helpful. Wish you every success.